Alright, hope everybody's doing well. I haven't made a video in a long time, but I'll get into that shortly. And I have a binder collection I wanted to share. I've shown this before, but I don't think I've shown it in this complete form here. I may have a little bit, but I've added more to it and got things a little more, it's in no particular order, just however I put them in there. And I'm sure I have more in my collection somewhere that I cannot find, but we'll show that in a second. But over the weekend I had kind of a lackluster weekend with the stamp show, and I had gone to a few other places, didn't find a whole lot, and I even went to Walgreens, and there was a locked case that had some Fairfield in it, so I asked the employee if they could help me get the Fairfield out of there, and they said, well, just go over there and just push this button, and they didn't want to help me, so they just said, push some sort of button, and all there was a lock, and I couldn't find any buttons anywhere, and I yanked on the lock and pulled it this way and that way, pushed in, pulled out, and nothing happened, and I just said, well, if she doesn't want to be bothered by another card guy, then I'm not going to buy a card. So I walked out and saved $10, which is probably the wisest thing I could have done. So let's get into the binder here, and hopefully we can show it off very well. In fact, I'm going to eventually have a couple more additions to this binder. Most of these things recently anymore have come off COMC. These are my certified autographs, mostly non-sport. And the whole point of this binder was to have on-card autographs on there, because as you know, most of them are stickers these days. It's really disappointing to get a sticker that you can remove and put onto another card, and put, I don't know exactly, put Tom Brady or LeBron James or something on the sticker, and then tell everybody you got a $75,000 card. So let's just go through them very quickly here, each one by one, and if I have anything really interesting to explain, I'll try to explain where I got these and how much I paid. Most of these cards, because I'm on a budget, were $5 or less. Some of them I lucked out at $3, and some of them I paid $6 to $10, but usually not over $10. Here's everybody's favorite, Robbie Wrist. He's known as Cousin Oliver. I guess he had a small role in the Bionic Woman, and he played in a few 80s television shows that I can't remember. Michael Welch had a small role. I'm sorry for about the glare here, but binder videos, that's just how it goes. Michael Welch had a small role in Star Trek. I believe that was a $5 free shipping autograph back in the day. Troyan Bellisario. Do you think of Bellisario? Can't think of his name right now, but Donald P. Bellisario, I think he's responsible, or his name shows up in the credits of Magnum P.I., and that's his daughter, so that's really cool. JAG cards are very hard to find because they have a following of the military. Here's General Moon from Die Another Day. I believe that was probably a $5 card. I got it at CMC when there was a sale. Here's a Game of Thrones, and just a cheap Game of Thrones inscription. If they said something more cool than that, then they're worth a lot more. Eros Valahos, I think that's how you pronounce it, and I think this Dominic Carter one, I believe, is one Ed Westgriff gave me. Here's Candy Clark, and I know her mostly for American Graffiti. Lee Thompson Young died a number of years ago, and I got this card way before. I believe these might have been those encapsulated ones that didn't sell through Inkworks or whatever. So I took the encapsulation off and just put it in my binder because it displayed better. And as of course we know, Tyler Posey became kind of a heartthrob, in one of those vampire type things. I can't think of what it was, but this became from a $5 card to like a $30 card at one point. I think it's gone back down in value, but still that was kind of cool. And that's why I went and grabbed a lot of these younger actors, because they have a chance of becoming a superstar one day. The next page here, hopefully we have Patrick Baucau, I think that's how you pronounce that, from 007. I think some of these are the Rittenhouse ones, and then the Upper Deck ones are super cheap if you can find them. Angela Scolar, she died a number of years ago by some sort of drinking poison or something like that. So I ended up buying two of them. I think they were something ridiculous, like $3 plus shipping each. Here's Branscombe Richmond from License to Kill. Douglas Wilmer, he has some sort of Sherlock Holmes connection, that's why I grabbed that one. Barry Sonnenfeld, these were on eBay for next to nothing. The seller had a bazillion of them. I used to give those out for care packages, and people were like, what the heck is this? But he was a director of Wild Wild West, I believe, and numerous other things, so I figured get a relatively famous guy for nothing. There's Philip Pine, who's been in a number of things, including The Avengers. these prisoner cards are very, very difficult to get because they're kind of a UK hit. And so some of these cards are like maybe like $20, but then they're like $30 UK shipping. I don't want to pay $50 for Mark Eden or Alan White. I think Mark Eden recently passed away. I know not about Alan White. Rod in Canada, I remember him being in something, but I cannot remember why I grabbed that one. But it was a recent pickup, around $5 or $6. Stephen Lee, I think he was actually a poker player and died, I think, in 2014. I'm not really sure. But it was one of those $5 autographs I could not pass up. That might have been a COMC. Jeannie Cooper, my mom remembered her from being on a soap series much later than The Twilight Zone. She's since gone. Rose Keegan, that was on eBay for a long time. There was a ton of those, and I finally picked up one of those from whatever series that is, Thunderbirds. Marcia Strossman, she has since passed away. I believe it's Philip Pine recently. Strossman was in Highlander. She was a relatively well-known actor. Devin Long, I need to get more of those. In fact, I forgot to grab them. He's in that new CBS Ghost show, so that's really cool to have that one, and that costs, like, I think, not even $2 for that one in the Runaways. Then we have a couple of what do you call it, Clerks autographs of nobody important. There's a couple more Game of Thrones that Ed Westergriff may have given me over the years. Here's another Troyan Belisario down here. Rainbow Sun Franks from Umbrella Academy. And Warren Christie from Alphys. That's like a $15 card, but I think I paid closer to $5. Because he was the main guy in that. I got about 6 more pages, I think. There's a blank page here. Then these X-Files cards are on eBay, COMC for dirt cheap, a couple dollars a card, a couple Matt Walkers, because I accidentally bought an extra one. Some other people I'm not really familiar with. Some of these are Canadian actors. This Jerry Schramm eluded me for a while, but then it got down to like $2 and I had to grab it. He's a nothing actor. I want to say a nothing actor, but not a known actor. And then here's Ian Tracy as Remo in Bates Motel. Again, I looked these things up, eyeballed the autograph. Here's another one. I think I pack-pulled this one from the 4400. And here's most of my James Bond. Glenn Foster, Luigi Ferrara. I forget Moreno who that is. Let's see. The guy who played General Mardrano. These are Upper Deck ones. Commander Carter. David Hedison is in here in the next page or two. Who else do we have here? We know David Hedison was in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, I believe, back in the 60s. And I bought so many of his autographs because they're dirt cheap, and he has since passed away, and I couldn't get him TTM. I tried because I bought a Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Colonel Moon. Then I got a lot of these Joe Torillos. I think he was one of the last people to escape the Twin Towers or whatever, being pulled from the rubble, I think. And those were like only $1 a card when I bought those. Now they're like $6 or $7. I don't know what eBay prices are. Anthony Sadler, another hero. I think he was one of the subway or the train heroes. In fact, I have that movie, the 1517 to Paris or whatever it's called. And there's Iman Demidov. I think that's Demidov. He's a poker player. These, like I said, are all on-card autos. The guy who played Charles Robinson, World Is Not Enough. I forget who that is. Colin Salmon. And then we have the twins from Topps autograph issue. I don't know who they are. Steph and Lindsay. They're Rip Girls. So I'm not sure who the Rip Girls are, but it's an unusual card from Topps Finest, so I had to grab that. Jero and Kraba, I think is how you pronounce it. About 2 of those because excellent actors, been in everything. Lots of action movies. Then we have Lane Flack, who is a poker player that recently deceased. Here's one that's the only one of the few sticker autographs in here. I'm not sure. This is Mistakes from the Overwatch League? I'm not sure what that is. You know, the gaming league or whatever that is. Not sure what that is. And then we got, of course, Marky Ramone, Goodwin Champions. I think I spent something ridiculous like $7 for that one. And then CMC, somebody had a blowout sale. And Dave Hester is usually listed something ridiculous like $40, but I got it for like $2 or something stupid. And I think I mentioned on some video, I said, hey Dave, I got your video, or got your autograph for $2. So that is really all I have there. I thought I had more, and I keep swearing that I have more on some of my binders somewhere. But hopefully you enjoyed that. It shows you don't have to pay a lot for, if you just do your IMDb research and find out who some of these people are, it'll absolutely amaze you what cards you can get for less than $15, and even sometimes less than $5. And that's what most of these are. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.